welcome back to the Smite World Championships powered by Curse Voice. Are you guys ready for day 2? Only 6 teams remain, and we are going to go straight into game number 1, which is going to be Titan versus We Love Bacon. But before we do that, we're going to remind ourselves the roster of Titan.
Titan Country. Replicas. Pretty Prime. Kanye Life. Anorexia.
And those are your champions from Europe, Titan. Now we are going to look at the champions from Brazil. We Love Bacon.
We Love Bacon. Original. Nam. Aimless. Fireman to Skull. QE3Q.
All right, so we are back here at the Alienware Analyst Desk, and now it is time to break down the picks and bans. The teams are going to get ready for this. You know, we all made our predictions, except for Dry Bear, who was infatuated with OMG.
I don't know.
So can I
must be out in the office.
Okay. Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, you're sending good positive energy to him. That's all that matters.
Yes.
But we are going to get this one ready, and I'm really excited for this. I think during that short break, we were all just like, we just want to watch some Smite. Like, we just want to get ready for the action. And here we go. So now it's time for the banning phase. And so who's this going to go to first?
So Titan will have first pick, first ban on the left side of your screen. The right side of your screen, you will see We Love Bacon. The first ban right out of the gate is going to be Sylvanas. Now, there's a couple things here. Obviously, QE3Q is a big pointed target for Titan. So I wonder if it's going to be a Hunter ban. But, oh, no, I guess Algong's not going to make it.
No, he does not make it. That's
got to be Circuit then.
It has to be Circuit now. I mean, they would never, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Ban is probably going to be a Thor pick, I'd say. I mean, Titan really, if they want to go for the early game, like to say this, I mean...
There's a lot of first pick options, but Thor is by far the safest one with a lot of
really
crowd control, early game. It also guarantees the safety of no invades. That's also why a lot of teams first pick Thor, because there's no one early game 5-on-5 that can beat a team comp with Thor. You can even have anything with Thor, and you just win with Thor.
While we're waiting for this next pick, what was the significance of the Nox ban as well? Like, who's that trying to stop?
Nox is just like... obnoxious.
She's a pain.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, I mean, she's just really annoying to deal with. A lot of damage, a lot of poke and lane. I mean, it's really annoying to just deal with.
We talked about it earlier, right? The fact that Aimless versus Pretty Prime is a tough matchup for Aimless. And the biggest thing about Nox is if Nox just sends you home. She pokes so much that you have to go home and you fall behind. It's almost like it's an easy way to win the lane, right? You don't have to kill them. You don't have to get any ganks. You just poke them until they leave, and then you win.
Now, the reason that I believe they picked Ra Nemesis here is counter picks. Ra, overall a safe pick, but what does Pretty Prime love to play the most, and what do I love to play the most?
Is it Vulcan?
He pokes out people, Ra heals the poke. So I think universally a safe pick, and then Nemesis widely agreed among most junglers to counter Thor. Not so much on rotations and ganks, but you know, I mean, what does a Nemesis ult counter, right?
Yeah.
So here's a support pickup. I like this right before the banning phase. Obviously, Titan has committed to jungle, Hunter, and their mid laner. Pretty Prime going to be picking that up. Vulcan for the mid lane. Athena locked in means they don't really want to let it go until the banning phase. Now, it could be Geb, obviously, still available, but I think they do have a propensity towards Athena, and it's going to help Nemesis a lot. She gets to the front line, she dashes in, she gives that support.
Athena taunt into, like, Ra snipe is devastating.
Respect ban.
You can also interrupt, Thor's pain and stuff with it. It's just good. I mean, I love Athena. And Destiny Mirror. So now they're trying to, I hope I see an Ares from Titan. There might be an Ares pick, because Konrad doesn't really like to play, the passive. He just likes to be in your face. I'm not sure what he's going to go for. I mean, Sylvanas is out, Ymir is out, Athena is out. Could be a Herc.
Oh,
He,
I
might,
like
he
that.
might pick up Gev. You never know. I mean,
Oh,
obviously,
I don't want it to be Gev.
Kanye Life is Emir. I feel
I think
like
it's
in
probably
real
gonna be
life,
Gev.
he's just Emir.
Yeah, he is. I mean, a little less blue in real life, but I think Geb's gonna come out. I'm pretty sure.
A really
wouldn't
good
be
pick
surprised.
right now for We Love Bacon is Rama. I'm not too sure why Titan banned out on her, but if they picked up Rama, there you go. The Rama locked in. If they picked up Rama right here, the hyper carry count goes up to 2 for We Love Bacon. That's what it should always be on Mind when crafting team comps, is characters that carry out to mid to late game, and then that you
Another one
want
in
to protect and
Nemesis in
carry
this
the
case.
game.
Just
so.
like a hyper
Right.
carry late game, yeah.
Well, you also get that kind of guaranteed gold fury defense, right? Rom's great at that. He can actually go up from the lane,
Lock that Ares.
defense on the gold fury, and be able to run it. But here comes the Ares hover, the
There we go.
Osiris as well.
Ares is still being hovered, and
There you
Ares
go.
is locked in.
Good
so that's
call
going
by
to leave
Titan,
the
I think.
final
Wow.
pickup for We Love Bacon. Let's see what they go with here. Who do you
Ares
think?
cripple can cripple Nemesis dash, Athena dash, Rama. It's good.
Now, what I'm excited about is We Love Bacon. They might pick up the Bakasura pick. That's exactly
Dude,
they
you
must
are
have
a
learned
wizard
from
right now.
yesterday.
You're on
Yes,
fire.
You are a
Bakasura
wizard.
widely accepted to counter ends.
That's awesome, guys. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and toss it to our casters. Gandhi and Hinduman, take it away, fellas. Drive us through the action. It's going to be a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the caster desk again for day 2. Me and you, the Gandhi man, is back on your screens, ready to bring you the action from this
I
one.
don't know if I'm sold on the name yet.
The Gandhi man can. It's perfect. It's genius. Come on.
I'll take it. We're
gonna go with it.
Taking a look at this here, we do have a lot of interesting picks here. Most noteworthy, we have Pretty Prime grabbing his Vulcan. He is fantastic with this god, but Ares making his kind of his debut here on
I
Titan.
mean, no, not on Titan. Titan, Kanye Life has Ares and Ymir, 2 of his go-to supports overall. Athena's his 3rd one, but with Athena as well being taken away, this ban phase was great from We Love Bacon. They took Athena, they banned away his Ymir,
Yep.
and then put him onto something that he's not used to being on. So I really like that decision-making from them.
Yep.
Titan, though, they got their core picks. Vulcan, Ataraxia got his Apollo, and we've also got Replicas in the jungle on something they're very comfortable with in Thor.
The one thing that I'm looking at here, though, is the Bakasura going up against Osiris. Now, Osiris does have an escape as soon as he gets level 5. He gets his ultimate where he can jump away. But Bakasura, when he's level 5, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage to him. So it's going to be interesting to see how Comfrey plays that. And going into this, Comfrey's kind of known as one of the weaker players here on this Titan squad.
Right, people say he's the weak link on the team. At least in EU standpoint, people say Comfrey's the one who should focus to try and do this. But we're in game right now, and as you can see, Titan up against Wheel of Bacon. Titan starting on the bottom side of the map, the left-hand side of the spectator UI. We're going to see Comfrey playing Osiris, as we were just talking about in the solo lane. Replicas in the jungle on Thor. Ataraxia playing his well-known Apollo. Probably going to go that unicorn build. Pretty Prime in mid on Vulcan, and Kanye Life on Ares.
Now, we see that Titan was able to throw that deep ward down here on the speed buff. DM Brandon believes it's the best ward in the game, and I actually do believe as well. I think it just gives you a lot of information and gives you endless possibilities. As soon as you put that ward down, you can say, okay, they started speed. Do we want to go for the blue? If not, well, we know exactly where they're at for at least the beginning of the game.
Well, with this composition they've got as well, they can go for the back harpy start because they have the Bakasura. And so with the double hog available to them as well, but look at this. It looks like they may be going on adventures their own. Good deep wards from them. So they're going to see the rotation for the blue buff and how soon that's going to be.
This to me shows an invade. And when you take a look, I mean, we do have 2 Hand of the Gods here and an Eat minion coming out of Bakasura. So Bakasura has an ability where he can actually eat creeps at a certain level of health. I believe it's 25%. So he basically has 2 Hand of the Gods on him. I'm expecting a full-blown invade here onto the blue.
We'll see. They're going to do the speed buff first and see how quick this rotation is. They want to do this quick if they're going to go for it. But already you can see that they've left lane and then they're just going to go for standard. They're just going to go standard here. They had the potential to do that with the composition. I think they just want to play safe for now. It's going to be nerves. It's game 1. It is a best of 3, Gandhi. So there's a big difference.
Yeah, well, the Hand of the Gods is down, as well as the Eat minion, which you probably could have held on to the Hand of the Gods to kind of shove the wave, but regardless, there's still going to be a lot of pressure. As we take a look here, though, Replicas on Thor, he's very, very comfortable with this play.
Yeah, he is very, very comfortable on that god already. One thing to note, though, straight away we can see Nan doing an early rotation on Nemesis towards the mid lane. Vulcan would have probably been called on that one already, and he should know this is coming in, but he's a bit pushed forward here. Needs to watch his position a little bit, but Nan's not just going to respect the fact he's not going to get the kill there, so just goes his fumble. Left-hand side, we've got a blue buff invade.
Yep, we do have Ares. He's got the 1 chain. There's the damage going down. You can see QE3. QE3, by the way, who had a very hard matchup yesterday against an Ares and a Bakasura. Bakasura. So it was a little bit of positioning, but you know what? At the end of the day, he won that match, so it shows his resilience. I'm expecting kind of the same thing to happen here. But notice the 3-man rotation onto red. They have to secure their buffs. They don't want Titan to get a big lead.
Exactly. The only problem with that, Athena's just got to watch her positioning. Athena in lane against an Ares early on needs to be very careful. She has to come in close to deal damage to the minion wave to help it push with the shield wall. But in doing so, she can set herself up for shackles and take a lot of poke damage.
Right side, the tether's going to be down, or Troll's going to be able to get out of that one, so he wasn't able to finish that. But this is really kind of what we've seen from Osiris. Osiris throughout the beginning of SPL, really from September, wasn't really played that much at all, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh wait, I can build him like a bruiser?
Yeah, I mean,
turn up.
The whole Bakasura versus Osiris lane matchup is a stand and bang lane. One will take a lead, then the other one will, and they'll go backwards and forwards, as you can see now. Tether coming out, nice poke damage onto back. Oh, gets to kill him the solo at the same time. There's first blood going down. We didn't catch it because we didn't expect it.
First blood going down there for Kanye Life. He landed 2 chains, and then he was able to take out Athena. The positioning just wasn't there. They handed right in the minion wave. There's a lot of damage coming in. If you're new to Smite, the one thing you need to know, before 5 minutes, the creeps hurt. They hit.
Really hurt.
They really do a lot of damage to you. You have to be very careful. And the tether's going to come down. He's going to go for the pursue. Regurgitate's going to turn around. Does he have the damage? He's looking to chase him up there. He can't follow it up. And that, my friends, is 2 ultimates blown.
Comfy almost pulled a maniac there. He went under the tower, he took the tower shot, but the regurgitate was fantastic coming out from Troll there in lane to actually turn and start fighting. Keep an eye on Ares though, because mid camps are coming up and he's looking towards mid lane. Needs to be careful because Vulcan's not here yet. They may go for a play here, Gandhi.
Well, Nemesis is going to be on the right side. Kanye Life's got 1 chain on Suzuki. There's the taunt. Meatball's going to miss. Aimless in a little bit of trouble there. They're just going to get pushed away. Nan's going to be in the back. Slice and Dice doing a decent amount of damage. It's almost impossible to miss that ability.
But Nemesis got to watch your position in here because Titan are going for these right-hand harpies. Athena's gone to the left and Nem's going to give these ones up. There'll be an even trade on those mid harpies at the start.
And that's traditionally kind of how it goes. Chaos side takes left side, then Order side takes right side, and then from there, the big rotation you got to look for. Oh, wait for it.
Oh, he's a huge.
Oh, he missed everything.
Try and juke out some damage, but Repicas getting the second kill of the game. That wall.
That's what Thors do, man. They block you off.
Caught him in the corner and he's just trapped. There's nothing you can do when you get caught like that. You're like, well, I'm dead.
Vulcan in the middle. See, this is what's really tough for We Love Bacon, and I'm expecting kind of going into game number 2 that they'll probably get rid of the Vulcan just because it's such a safe pick for Pretty Prime. His positioning's always flawless. He always hits consistent meatballs. It's just a lot of guaranteed damage that Pretty Prime has on his side. And look at this. It looks like they're getting ready to go for the invade here on the speed.
They were looking for the invade on the speed, but they saw Athena rotating through the mid-back side of that as well, so they know she's going to hang around in the area. This is good play coming out from Athena, honestly. Suzuki's doing the right thing of sticking with the jungler for a while to protect and secure these buffs in the jungle, because this is something Titan's known for. They like to invade. They like to steal away buffs and keep them on cooldown.
The Bakasura actually starting off with Curse Blade here. He's going to be trying to get that Witchblade online as fast as possible to deal with the Osiris. This looks like this is going to be a 3-man rotation. QE3, he's got a good enough out here. I mean, this is not only a blue, but if they get control of this jungle, that's going to be a blue and a red buff.
Well, you can see Ra's already in position to try and defend this as well. They know they were looking for the invade on the blue buff. The red is also coming up shortly as well. He is on the way over, Nani's on the way over as well, but the chain does not on QE again. Oh my god, he's like rinse repeater yesterday. He's gonna get the snipes up, but Athena's there with a great
taunt.
Saves the day, secures the safety of a teammate, and that's also gonna relieve the pressure because here comes Nan.
Hold the phone, here comes Nemesis. He's gonna go ahead and dash in here in just a second. He's got the speed. He's gonna go ahead and rip the protections. The slow's on. The tectonic rip's gonna stop him a little bit. Searing Pain misses everything. The taunt's gonna hit. Do they have the damage? They do. There's one in the backside. It looks like Thor will continue. Ataraxia is gonna push just a little bit in the mid lane. Pretty Prime just gonna continue to push out, and as we take a look at Solo, there's gonna be a decent amount of damage here. He doesn't have Regurgitate all the way stacked up, so he's gonna hold on to it.
Prime late on this rotation. He's already pushed in mid lane though, got it down to half HP. We got a ball game here though, Gandhi. These teams are really out to fight. Good play from Bacon there.
It's always interesting when you're mid too, because you're like, do I want to take this tower right away?
Oh, Repicas in the jungle looking for the red kind of wall. Is he going to be able to secure it? He does steal that one away and get out and dodge before the team can rotate. And blue's available too. He's going to go for that as well.
He's going for it. They do have the taunt there with Athena. They don't want to deal with that at all. As you can tell, as you're just looking on the left side of your UI, Titan doesn't have beads 3 on anyone, or beads for that matter. So a taunt is really debilitating for them to deal with.
Titan themselves, talking to them, they think their strongest ability in game right now is Athena's taunt, so just keep an eye on that. Right Harpy's going to be taken down by Wheel of Bacon. Bakasura's rotation's good in, but Troll's going to watch himself. He may get himself cut out, but maybe it's Prime who's cut out of position. Has to use the Earthshake, because there's the no escape coming out from Kanye. Good fight from Aimless. Repicast couldn't make him with the up of the wall might save his teammate. 1 for 0 trade, but it was a good save coming out from Repicast there.
That's the difference between good Thor players and average Thor players. You don't always have to use the Tectonic Rift as a way to secure a kill. It's a way to protect your teammates. But as we're taking a look, that's going to be a Gold Fury, Hindu.
This is a great call from them. They realize that you can see Kanye Life, half health, doesn't have an ultimate. They're going to rush the Gold Fury. Wheel of Bacon.
Wow.
Get the first Gold Fury of the game. Oh, because Ataraxi's in the sky, though, but he's going to find out it's down. They're looking to try and make something happen onto Nan. The shield's down. The Mez was good. They're so beautiful. And they're going to get mid-Harpies, but is that enough? No, it's not.
Well, as you take a look at the graphs here, Wheel of Bacon is up by just 200 gold. That's nothing. And as you take a look at the experience, that's the big difference here. 1,200 experience in the Gold Fury at an early level, especially in an early time, rewards a lot for what you get.
This was the issue with the newer teams coming in. Other than EU and NA, they're not experienced at making sure they get objectives when they can, Gandhi. But today, the Chinese yesterday showed it, and today Wheel of Bacon from Brazil are also showing they have learned, they're adapting, and they're learning to take objectives as soon as possible.
Now, we're going to see a full-blown Rune-Forged hammer coming out for Confrey on the solo lane. Bakasura is going to have a hard time shredding through that. Luckily, he does have Butcher Blades, but that gives Osiris a lot of health. He's got the tether. There's going to be the Eat Minion. He's going to have the stun, but he's going to be able to get out of dodge.
That lane over and over again is going to be exactly the same way, but oh, Repicast is looking over here. He knows the leap's on cooldown for a few more seconds. 3, in fact, here we go. Confrey's in it. Oh, he misses the dunk. Rick comes out.
Don't do it to him.
He's going to keep
Don't do it to him, Troll. He's got the jump. He's going to just put the jukes on. He ate the minion. He burned everything. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Pretty Prime's just going to be holding. There's going to be 3 members staring down his face. Wheel of Bacon with resilience.
Oh, Chewy's got up. He's looking to try and kill off Kanye in a 2v1. Doesn't find the last side, but the rotation's coming from mid.
Nan's going to be there. There's the dash, slice and dice. He's going to be online. He's got it to mesh for just a little bit. He's waiting on his teammates now. And now we're going to see Apollo's going to be taunted in the tower. There's going to be a lot of damage coming in from Raw. And now Nemesis will finish it off. Ataraxia goes down. Nan lives with 1 health.
Brazil have come out to play today, game 1, and they're bringing it to Titan. But Repicast looking with the wall. The spin is on Suzuki. He's going to drop. Can he find the hammer?
Oh, no!
He finds the hammer. He's going to leave now. He's not going to go for the 3rd. But meanwhile, in mid lane, Prime is now pushing on mid again.
Wow. That is what Thor does. So Thor's passive, the more enemy gods who are around him, the more damage he does. And when you're looking down 3 people who are extremely weak, that passive is perfect for that scenario.
It really is. It really helps him out for that as well. One thing I want to note as well, Gandhi, which is really surprising, is how Prime is still even in the mid lane with Aimless, when Aimless has lost a lot of experience to this mid lane tower. Overall, they've done a good job. He's actually behind in gold, as you'd expect, because of the situation of he's been pushed on the tower all the time. But Bacon got that Gold Fury. So Prime's doing a good job. He needs to rotate a little bit more. That's my only concern with him right now. The rotations are slow.
Suzuki's got, he's going to go mid and help out Aimless here, who's going to be on Raw. Nemesis is going to rotate over. She's got the speed buff. I don't think they're going to be looking for an engagement at all. On the right side of your UI, you're going to notice how you're always seeing like Baka and Osiris kind of like get bumped up on one another. That's how solo lane goes.
And the camera's going to be over there all the time as well, because it's going to go backwards and forwards, because these 2 will trade and trade and trade, and eventually one of them will misplay, and that'll be the end of it. Nemesis, though, going to come around behind. There is a ward giving vision of this. She's actually going to change her mind back, but they're invading on the backside here. They're looking for QE3 again. He's up in the sky. The no escapes on. That does damage still. And there's Ataraxia going up, because he knows when he lands, he can get a kill. Oh, they've changed their attention. They're looking for Aimless.
Yep, QE3 is going to be okay in the backside. Oh, no! Aimless gets 1. Aimless has got to get away. He can't. In the middle, though, Pretty Prime's going to go down. Thor's going to take to the skies. Nan, you got to be careful, buddy. Out goes Suzuki.
Bye, Kanye.
Wow, in the backside, dude. Kanye, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Baka's hungry. Baka wants to eat. He's got 2 more guys around him. He's waiting for Athena to get in.
Good talk.
The taunt's going to hit 1. There's going to be a decent amount of damage. That's a stun. There's 1. Can he get the double? No, he's got the double. Can he finish the 3rd?
He's dead. He's dead. QE's going to chase him. Oh, no, he's done it all. Through the wall. The ability to shoot through the walls with the Astral Strike, finding the auto in hand, and he's still looking for more. The mid tower, though, gain lower and lower. That's going to be defended for now, or is it?
QE3 says, you know what, man? You want my tower? Bring it on. He's got the tether on. He's going to get slowed, and that's going to be okay for him. He's not going to mind, but he's still holding this tower. When you're looking at it, it's completely black, which means it's like 1 hit away from dying. That's a real problem.
It is a problem. It's going to give up some map advantage for them. They're not going to have the safety to fall back to that. Positioning for the Gold Fury has to come from a different angle now, generally from the red buff area. But that whole engagement there, Gandhi, that spiraled out of control for both sides, started on an engagement from Titan onto QE3. QE3 was, that fight went on so long, QE had gone back to base and come back to the fight again.
Well, the one thing that should be jumping out to everyone here is the level disparity, okay? So when you look at Kanye Life, he's just now turned level 9. On the other side, Athena, level 11.
Yep.
That is huge.
Athena's having a really good game, but it looks like Titan want to try and make a big play now. They've got the respawn on the Gold Fury. They're going to try and fight this. They want a fight here and now. Meanwhile, they may give this up and just hope for Suzuki, because at the moment, Nan's taking away the red buff. He's late to the party, but it looks like we're going to see Suzuki go down. The Smite misses as well. Ataraxi's gone up, and he's trying to come around behind QE3. He's on zoning duty. Gold Fury's still being done.
It looks like they are going to be able to get the Gold Fury there. No one's going to be in a real good position to even contest this, and they don't even want to. So now Titan's showing a little bit of resilience here. It's 9-8. Taking a look at the graphs, it is so even on the experience side. Gold side, 1,000 in favor of Titan. That's why Gold Fury is extremely important.
They're going to get right-hand harpies as well. The left ones are due to spawn in a few seconds. You can see the gold lead just in favor of Titan, but experience is even still. Still even. This is how close this game is right now. The tier 1 tower on the right has gone down. Mid's going to fall in response.
Hey, look at this, Hindu. Nemesis. Well, hold on. Nan, he's got the slow. Ataraxia could be in a lot of trouble. In comes Athena. That's going to be the support. There's going to be a taunt there as well. The Ataraxia should go down, but he's still alive. Finally, he's going to be taken out. Aimless is going to be on the backside. Pretty Prime's got a lot of damage. There's a double. Looking for the triple. Tectonic Rift's going to stun one. Can he get the triple? He's got it. Now he's looking for the quad.
He's not going to get the quad Q. He's well aware of the situation in the grasp right now. Right-hand side, we can see once again, Comfrey's trading off against Troll in this lane. He's still going to go backwards and forwards. The bad news is they got the triple kill there on Prime, which is huge, but there's no jungle to take.
None at all, so they can only really get away with the back harpies. Now, what I was saying about Nemesis is the fact that Nan went Wingblade. Traditionally, we see Jotuns into chin size. Like, that is what Nemesis does, and that's how you get her online. With the Wingblade, though, it actually works out perfectly against this team.
Prominent slows on Osiris, prominent slows on Vulcan as well with his passive. So he's going to be dealing with that all the way through. So when he's in these scraps against these gods, he's going to be able to do good double tap coming out there. But he's going to be able to keep himself sped up, and he's going to help him out in a lot of situations.
Now
going up.
Yeah, Nemesis looks like she's going to be there as well. That's going to be Oritro. He's got the regurgitate. It's going to work a little bit. Nemesis on the side. He's going to put Thor in a lot of trouble. He didn't put it there. Confrey's just getting in trouble, though. He's taking so much tower damage. Everyone rotated. The Searing Pain missed as well. Confrey in a lot of trouble. There's the heal, and that's going to be 2 swing for We Love Bacon.
Here's a 2-swing left-hand side. We've got a bit of engagement between the Hunters. The trade-off Q. He's going in. He rolled in his face. He's looking for it. He steals that blue, though, in that big trade-off between them. But going back to that fight, the reason Conf had the tower for so long, he was trying to keep aggro so his team could walk through. The problem was he didn't have hammering time. He gets caught too.
It was the right play, but it was like they just stuck around for so long. Sometimes you just got to be like, I should probably do less for my teammates, which is like the worst. It's like the worst thing you can tell anyone, right?
Sacrifice them. It's like when you play Guardian and you've got a really bad hunter on your team. You're like, yeah, just let him die. Just go elsewhere. It's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
But now QE
I'm building damage.
QE has lane dominance here. Athena's waiting in the wings. Atarax is going to watch it because if he gets hit by one taunt, he could be in trouble. Noticed it straight away, used the moves. They're going to pressure this tower now. Reppy's around, but can Reppy do anything here? He's got his ultimate available. They may try and make a play here because Osiris has just turned up as well, using his teleport, I believe. There's the dunk down, missing again, but the wall is going off a huge angle. QE's in the sky. Atarax comes down, but the target was not there for him. They're still looking for QE.
Wow.
So here comes back up.
How he managed to live is just insane. We Love Bacon completely disengaged that. They had a Thor dunk, a tectonic rift into a tether as well from Osiris, and they couldn't find a kill.
Repikas has missed too many Anvil of Dawns right now. He's not connecting with them properly. Right-hand side, we can see the Harpies being contested there between the two of them. Left ones have spawned, and Nemesis is up against Repikas. Nemesis is very good against Thor. Repikas realizes that, backs out. Oh, the Serene Pain miss, but there goes Kanye. He's going to go in with a no escape.
He's got it. Wasn't able to get Athena there. Athena's just going to pour it out of this one with her ultimate. She's going to go ahead and dunk down onto Rama, helping him get the blue buff. So they're able to get the right Harpies. They're not able to get the left, but it's not the end of the world because the most important thing is that Gold Fury isn't up. Now, if Gold Fury's up in that scenario, they have to stay and fight.
Here's the key about that whole situation there, Gandhi. The Gold Fury spawns in under a minute. The ultimate coming out from No Escape, that's only going to be, it should be available in about 50 seconds time now. Meanwhile, they burnt purification beads on both Ra and Nemesis. So that next fight, the Gold Fury, when it spawns, those beads are not going to be available still.
Well, Aimless looking to take out Kanye life here. There is a big rotation. Nam's going to be on the backside as well.
Kanye.
There's the ultimate. His protections are shredded. This should be Ares down. Now, will they find another one? They won't. But Pretty Prime's going to be on the other side. There's going to be Thor. They're just trying to look to poke him down, make him a little bit weak. Because, as we said, Gold Fury's up in 20 seconds. This is the eye of the focus.
I don't think the defenders are going to try to. They've not got minions here, so they're actually backdooring at the moment. This
Oh, no.
Fake from Bacon. The tower's going to go down, though. Reppy needs to get out with the Anvil. Ataraxia is going to use the Mez. He needs to watch himself. He's not being focused yet. Is Thor going to go back in? No. They lose the tower, and it cost them an ultimate again. It cost them two ultimates because Prime used his two.
Well, We Love Bacon going to go ahead and rotate out there. They want to fight this. They have multiple ultimates down. Pretty Prime's going to drop the tower there, or the turret, excuse me, as that's going to force Non completely out. The question is will We Love Bacon go for the bold play and start it up?
If they start it up, it's got to be a bad play because I feel the fact that Kanye's now back online again, he has his ultimate available and they don't have beads. The beads are still on cooldown, Gandhi. They need to stall and wait for their beads to come back up if they want to fight this again.
You know, the more I look at Warlock Sash, I used to think it was like probably one of the best items in Smite, but at a top level, it takes so long to farm that up by the time you get it online that I'm starting to think Book of Thoth is better. Now, the difference between the two, they're both stacking. Book of Thoth is going to give you 100 flat power right off the break, but a Warlock Sash is going to give you more health once you get the stacks. I just don't know if it makes the impact early on that it used to.
The issue is in competitive play, Gandhi, what happens is the fact that you rotate so much more, you don't get to just sit in lane and farm for those stacks.
Yeah.
So that means that you're not going to get it online as quick to be as effective as it can be. So the Book of Thoth, you can buy it later on as well, and it'll still be effective just because as you level, you gain innate mana in your kit anyway. So Book of Thoth is good at any stage of the game.
Bakasura looking to go ahead and move into the Harpies as this is just going to be Titan clearing out. Right now, Titan is thinking to themselves, okay guys, how are we going to go ahead and continue to aggress on this? And that's going to be a lot of change here on Troll. Baka might be in severe trouble. Nemesis is on the right side. He's not going to be able to get out of this. That is one dead Bakasura. No, my God! Okay.
Two ultimates, but now Comfrey's overextended with no ultimate to get out of this one. He's going to eat some damage to the wall from Repikas. They're going to go in. It looks like Titan want to fight now. There's the Vulcan ult too.
There's going to be the taunt coming down as well. Serene Pain's going to do a decent amount of damage. Suzuki's going to be in a decent trouble there. She's going to dash away. That's going to be Ataraxia chasing on the one side. Thor in the middle. Thor and Kanye are in a lot of trouble. Look at Pretty Prime. Pretty Prime just barely. Thor thunks down.
Thor dunks down, but what can he do? Nan to the front line. Prime turns round and hits him to the face. Nan drops as well. And everybody backs out of that engagement, but it goes in Titan's favor.
That was silly.
It was crazy. That's what happens with Vulcan, though. People forget that Vulcan has this knock-up. He doesn't have to stun anymore. Thank the Lord above, he doesn't have to
I knew something was afoot. I knew it. Thor went Jotuns into Wingblade, so he basically almost has full CDR.
Huey again gets caught by the Ares. The blink change is good. So beautiful connection from Ataraxia. Searing flesh, burn, baby, burn. Brings him down. And this is an opportunity for the Gold Fury for Titan.
If they really want to go for it, yeah, they do have that ability. But yeah, look, I mean, Thor's ultimate's coming up in 10 seconds. He basically is max CDR with this.
That's right.
It makes the world of difference because so many people are used to seeing Thor go up with his ult, and then it's like, okay, yeah, we got like 3 minutes.
20% Suzuki's there. Suzuki's going to get hit by a wall. He gets a good taunt, but he's not going to be able to do anything else. Gold Fury goes over to Titan, making it 2-1 on the Gold Fury count.
The charts now starting to look all in favor here of Titan. 5,500 experience, 4,000 gold. If you round up, that's what I do.
It's not a
Wait
bad
for
idea.
it. Wait for it. Never mind.
We're going to sit there forever. Down, like, nope, now we're going to hit 4,000. But it's 17-3 at 20 minutes in the game. It's been back and forward, but the thing is now Titan's starting to hit their level of game. When I spoke to them yesterday about how they played Red, they came in with a game plan of, as long as we're not down behind... How can I speak? If he's not
Yeah,
down,
words are tough, man.
Like,
Dude, I get it.
Trying to get them out sometimes is very, very hard. But they were saying that all they wanted to do was not be behind by X amount, by X time, and they were golden. The problem was they were like 25k down, and they couldn't get back into it. Grouping on the right-hand side, and the Fire Giant, as you can see, is starting to get worded up.
And it looks like they are going to go ahead and push in on Baka. Baka, he doesn't have his leap yet. He's going to turn around on the Regurgitate. He's got the Regurgitate coming down. That's going to be a lot of damage there. Comfrey's going to be able to clean him up, though. Comfrey looking for him. He's got Nemesis right in his sight. He isn't going to continue to aggress, but that's going to be Replicants in the middle. Replicants in a lot of trouble. Aimless cleans him up. Pretty Prime on the backside with Vulcan. Searing Pain's going to do a decent amount, but not enough. And now he has to get completely out of here.
Lava and flames combining to rain hell down upon the Baconites. And now it looks like Titan should be able to push on tier 2. QE's in lane. Ataraxi's in the sky. Where they're going Fire Giant right now. The call has been made. They have the opportunity. The support is dead for 25 seconds. This should be a free fire. I don't think they can do anything about this, Bacon.
And he is going with the old chin size build here. He does not go with the standard. Now this Fire Giant, as soon as they pick this up, it's going to change everything.
The game's going to flow a completely different way. Bacon's going to be on the defensive, and they're the ones that have to deal with the siege that's about to happen coming out from Titan. One thing people don't realize, Ra's not so good on siege defense as he actually is on siege offense.
Yeah, which is interesting because you're like, oh, well, he has a heal, so how does that make it? Well, what happens is you drop the heal down and your entire team groups.
Exactly, you won't group up and you got an issue. I love the play coming out from QE there, though. He knew he couldn't do anything to defend that Fire Giant, so he takes a tier 2 tower. A tier 2 tower in Smite is equal to a Gold Fury in terms of experience and gold that it gives you to your team. So basically, he got himself a team of Gold Fury from that. Not a bad play at all.
It's so funny, though, when you look at tier 1 towers, because what is it, like 150 gold? So it's like, hey, bud, go get yourself 2 pots.
Exactly, that's all it is. But then tier 2 towers, it works out okay. Speed buff being done, though, by Nan in the jungle there, with the help of Aimless. They're just going to hang around and defend the jungle. They need to get some better wall coverage up now, Gandhi, though, at these tier 2 towers. Just near their speed and red, they've got to drop more wards down. You can see them actually being spread out as well, and they're all sentries, too.
Huey might be in a lot of trouble. Vulcan's going to be looking for him here. On the other side, though, that's going to be Athena, who was able to taunt and deter that from happening completely. So you're going to see a decent amount of poke here coming out of Osiris, but nothing too crazy that's going to warrant a kill.
Notice Titan's positioning here. Ataraxis on the far right-hand side. He has the ultimate to come across. Repicast can come in with from the left with the Anvil of Dawn. The rest of the team are on zoning duty. Keep them pinned in. And if there's a fight that happens, everybody can rotate together.
I was just getting ready to do like one of those quick little noob tidbits about, you know, Ares. Like, oh, how you defeat Ares is it just basically get beads. And as I looked down, I saw 4 beads 3s coming out.
Well, Ataraxis is trading off against Nan. Here's a 1v1. He doesn't know Baka's coming, and he's like, well, no, I just ran into trouble here. Regurgitate came out. The chunk damage goes down. He's gonna drop for free.
That's huge for We Love Bacon. That's one person without a Fire Giant gone. And on top of that, that is your Hunter. When you're sieging towers, you want your Hunter there. He's going to do the most damage to the towers, and especially with Fire Giant.
Especially with the build he has, too. That's all about trying to take down towers. That's the whole design for that build is penetration. So now the siege is going to be a bit more linear. They don't have the split push ability they once had because Apollo's off the map.
Well, I have full eyes here on Kanye Life, formerly known as Murder. I think he's got a spirit robe. He does have the blink. And now Athena has engaged. Replicas is going to take to the skies. Will Confrey continue to aggress? This might be a wasted Thor ult.
No,
It was, yeah.
It's a disengage. People got caught out. Titan weren't happy with it. The call was made to just disengage. Comfrey went to the front line just to force them back with the tether. They waited for everything to reset. They're waiting more than anything for Apollo to come back to the group and they'll restart again. Look for the splits one more time.
Troll trying to get into the game here. He's 1-4-3. He's got the Witchblade, he's got the chin size, so he's swinging. He's hitting very, very hard, but he's been missing regurgitates. And the thing about Baka is, Baka kind of comes around on the backside in a team fight and is just like, oh, hey, by the way, Apollo, what's up? You're dead. Moving forward.
I mean, he has two options. Depending on the composition he's against, he either goes in first to land the cripple to set up the damage because people can't get away from him, or he waits until the engagement's on and people have grouped to start things. Door 3, though, is now underway once again from Titan, and Bacon are a little late to the party.
Bacon's very late. I don't think they even have any ward coverage on here, and they don't, due to the sentries of Titan. Yeah.
They did place one ward, which I was pleased about. They're realizing where the objectives are next. They're trying to get that layer of wards down deeper.
For sure.
So they can see where they're coming from. But once again, we're going to see Titan siege mid as a 5-man this time. We'll see how this works out.
God, there is nothing worse than dealing with Vulcan late game. It is the most annoying thing in the world. The tower, the turret does so much. The Blink's gonna come in from Ares. This is gonna force all the beats. No one goes anywhere. Kanye Life's left like, well, at least I threw my chains out.
What a win, what a win. Beads on 4 gods is down already, and they've not even sacrificed anything. What should have happened then is that Prime should have taken... Oh, Kanye's in trouble. Actually, no, he's not. His Prime's going to run away. The Prime's going to break out. Tethers on multiple targets. Dewey's in the air trying to slide down to Replicas, who jumps away with the bees. The sun's going on. Earth the shake. Prime gets 2. Prime with the meatball's going to force the fight further under the tower. Comfrey's taking him like a god. Replicas dives in deep too. Can they get the deicide?
I think they're looking for it. Pretty Prime's unstoppable. That's going to be one left. It's going to be Nemesis. Confrey wants your soul. He's going to take it here in just a second as he's going to get that deicide. Titan
This
should be able to push directly down and close out this game.
They don't have Fire Giant anymore, but the Phoenix in middle lane's going to drop down. They can tank this up themselves, just juggle the aggro, and it's very, very well played by Titan. They had some issues early on in this one, but Titan come out, and they managed to get themselves game 1 in this best-of-3 quarterfinal. Woo!
Titan, that's how you start off the day, boys and girls. That is how you do it. I know it's early, but the crowd seems to be a little bit awake.
The crowd's with it. I mean, the crowd loved that game at the start. Bacon came out of nowhere. People were underestimating the two teams, the teams that didn't come from E or NA. Everyone's like, they're not going to put up a performance. We Love Bacon, though, today stepped it up. They put the pressure on to Titan, and not a lot of teams can do that.
I agree. Well, we're going to go ahead and send it over to Golden Boy at the Alienware Analyst desk to break down the game.
Wow, what a great game. One to kick things off here at the Smite World Championship, powered by Cursed Voice. Of course, we're back here at the Alienware Analyst desk, and we got to break this down because that matchup, it looked like We Love Bacon. They were right there with them, neck and neck, but Titan, our picks, you and I, Zimp, we're in synergy. Fist bump it, fist bump it.
Bacon.
I'm sorry, guys. They lost. Get over.
No, it's just for Bacon.
Oh, just for Bacon?
Just for Bacon.
Oh,
Bacon.
yeah, Bacon. Bacon all day, right? No, we all love Bacon.
Bacon.
Okay, I think we confirmed that. Okay, but in all seriousness, though, let's talk about that game because it was just some crazy, crazy plays there.
Yeah.
Dry Bear, kick it off. Who do you think in that team shined the most for Titan in that game 1?
For Titan, it was tough, but Kanye Life definitely is a good one to highlight. He
yeah.
had great map control. His presence was there in that last team fight before it began. He blinked in with Ares, popped the ultimate, got all the beats on cooldown, and then we saw We Love Bacon engage on top of that with no cooldowns left. I think the major problem here is We Love Bacon was taking blow for blow. They're actually pulling ahead in the early stage of the game. Mid-game was looking sharp. It just came down to the positioning. Their late-game positioning was not there. But, of course, we do have to talk about Suzuki there from We Love Bacon, which, unfortunately enough, was the First Blood, the Logitech First Blood victim, but played well the rest of the game. But check out how they set this up. Ataraxia looking for the kill here, and you know that Suzuki wants to get initiative, but this is why we're talking about Kanye Life. There's the chain, there's the taunt, and then just dead from there. Ataraxia with perfect precision on those shots.
Yeah, Kanye Life definitely stepped it up there. I mean, he did his job, right? That was essentially, you know, like that, and that's what you want. You couldn't ask for anything more. Now, you know, Zim, over to you here. You know, Titan looked a little shaky in the start, but they were able to pull through. And you said it before. You were like, all they need to do is just, you know, buy some time, and they're pretty much in the clear at this point. That lived true, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened. And I think the problem Titan might have is that against like more experienced teams, that's not going to fly. I mean, you need, I don't know, like everything was just working for them late game, but early game just looked really shaky. I don't know. It might be a problem later on.
You could tell that Titan was getting a little scared there. Bacon. The plays that were happening, I was so proud of Nan. Nan stepped it up as a true jungler and just proved that Nemesis overpowered forever, and he was making a lot of hot plays. The protection steals, they're just jukes in general. On top of like the Suzuki Nan like combo with the Athena ult into Nemesis just doing whatever she wants. Beautiful, absolutely key. It just sucks that there were so many pickoffs going into key team fights, and Pretty Prime, he made so, like, I think he was easily player of the game. His ults changed the whole like.
Who did you say you think was player of the game?
In my opinion, I think it's Pretty Prime.
Pretty Prime.
Yes.
Okay, well, have to say no there. It actually was Repicos who was deemed player of the game. Of course, the gamer launch player of the game. So go ahead and check this out. What was it about Repicos' performance, though, over Pretty Prime that gave him that nod?
You know, honestly, personally, I would have given this to Nain, just like you said, Al. I think he drove those team fights really well, but the main point that he was able to pull off here is Repicos was driving fights and forcing engagements and was able to escape with narrow HP. When you're able to do this consistently with a jungle, you're setting up perfect fights for your team. The Thor dunks were on point, the hammers were on point, the damage was on point, and he never let a single person from Bacon escape his sight.
Yeah.
Well, what I like to say is absolutely, I agree 100%. The key thing about Nan was his team was getting picked off. It would be like Bakasur, like getting called out, and then Nan would put in the 180% and just turn the fight around. On top of good communication with Suzuki, it seems like they have a thing going on. Like the Athena ults were absolutely on point. I was extremely impressed. I haven't seen synergy like that in a while, and yeah, they was able to turn back team fights even in a 4v5 situation, which against these teams is extremely hard.
I think late game, they played the team fights wrong. Athena should go in, like, you know, and get in taunts and force beats out, right? And go back and heal, use the raw heal. I don't think they use it. This like when they committed too hard. You know, when you're a bit behind, you have Athena and Ryan in the same team. Go in, taunt. They use beats, fine, great. We don't need to fight here. Just go back, raw heal, use that heal. Then second time you do it, then we just go all in, because then you get like a 3-second taunt on like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, of course, it was a great game one there. You know, We Love Bacon unfortunately could not overcome, but there is, and this is the cool part, our first best of 3 of today. So I'm really excited. We're going to get into game 2 in just a little bit. But before we do that, we want to know how you guys are watching the Smite World Championship. And it's simple. All you got to do, use the hashtag SWC. Make sure you include @SmiteGame and share with the world how you're enjoying this amazing event. Just take a picture. How are you watching? We actually got a picture from a student earlier today who said, I'm watching the Smite World Championship before my class gets here.
Right.
And he was just sitting back, and he was in his classroom. It's actually pretty cool. I'll find who that is, and I'll give you a shout out.
There was one that was actually skipping his midterm studying to watch SWC. So
one skipping?
You're being so proud and so brave, and I appreciate it. One thing to mention as well, we also do have a mobile app for the SWC as well. It is called Smite Pro League. It's available on iOS and Android devices. We're doing giveaways for in-venue as well for those who are actually here live at the SWC if you want to pick anything up. But that last match, Golden Boy, was fantastic to watch. It really shows what We Love Bacon can do in a best of 3. And like I was mentioning, it looked to me like they had that up until the point that they had some bad engagements. Zimstar, I know you really wanted to talk about that last engagement that happened at the end of the game. You know, what went wrong for Bacon in that single engagement?
I think, like I said before, I mean, the Athena went in and taunted only Vulcan. Vulcan had bees up, you know, so Prime just backed off. She was in really deep. Osiris got like a quadra, you know, tether thingy going on, and I think he should just gone for a taunt on the front line, gone back, used the raw heal. You know, you have a whole team with Fire Giant, 6k ahead, standing in front of you. Don't engage too hard. They just went in, and it was impossible to win that team fight.
Now, Alan, you were mentioning earlier that you were hoping that Pretty Prime was the player of the game, but you know, honestly, he does get something here because he has the play of the game, a double kill on Vulcan, and that's going to be the Alienware play of the game. And I really like how he set this up. The reason I like Pretty Prime so much is he's just a sniper. he's all about hitting those skill shots. But watch what he does in this fight. He backfires as soon as the taunt comes through. It wasn't successful, but he hits the meatball as he's disengaging from that fight. Bakasura forcing away. This, of course, was following the Ares chains that came out to force the beats to come on cooldown. There goes the meatball. He's actually going to hit this last little kill as you see them disengaging. There's the hammer from Thor. There's the damage. And watch this meatball. It's coming out.
Boom. Wow. Good stuff there, man. Again, it was just, I just love the way, like, seeing how, you know, Titan, at times it looked like, man, they were not in the best of positions, and then they'd kind of regroup mid-team fight, and then find their way right back in the action. That was really cool for me as a player who's, like, you know, coming into this and learning and really, like, observing how these top players are doing it. It's so rewarding to see that kind of gameplay, because I'm going to go home, I'm going to, you know, bust that out in casuals. Of course, no one's going to help me out. No one, because that's how it is in casual play. So please, people, step it up. My goodness. No, but seriously though, I just really love what they did there.
Well, one good example of this, as you mentioned that, Golden Boy, is we saw Repikas get caught at some point in the solo lane. He was 3v1, got caught, threw out the hammer, threw out the stun, teleported, and the second he teleported in a 3v1 situation, he started his ultimate. And it's a perfect example of what you're mentioning, Golden Boy, the fact that Titan was able to turn around fights consistently. And he knows his teammates are on the way. They're going to get there soon. And so he pops his ultimate, not because he needed to escape. At that point, he blinked further enough away to get out of the fight, but he knew that he could re-engage with the ultimate when his teammates arrived to get that kill. Up on the screen, you're going to see that it's a 50-50 speed split. This is why I have so much hope for We Love Bacon going to the next game. This is the objective we talk about the most. Mid camps, again, pretty similar, not too far apart. Gold Fury, very similar as well. And of course, Fire Giant allowed Titan to win the game. These stats show how evenly matched these teams are.
Yeah, very true. And you know, this was a big point from yesterday, speed, right? Always want to go for that speed. We're starting to see that here, Zim.
Speed or feed?
Speed or feed? Yeah, I saw that too. That was good.
So, I mean, what happened, actually, percentage-wise, Bacon had more map control than Titan. Although I must say, I mean, if you look at the big objectives like Fire Giant and Gold Fury, then Titan had most of them. And so it's, I don't know, Titan just has better objective control, and that's what I meant. Like the late game, they just know what to do at another level than Bacon.
Yeah.
Well, you can see here that the only reason Titan doesn't have more map control is just because of Oretrol. The Bakasura, he absolutely, you could tell by the graph here that he was taking chips in little bits of like, oh, red buff for me, blue buff for me. Yeah, I'll take some back harpies, why not? Yeah. And that really put them ahead in map control. He was really ahead in his lane. He was doing really well in his lane, and I felt like he was putting a lot of work. It's just his positioning mid to late game and decision making, you can tell, was falling off a little bit. And I think going into game 2,